Hello, Sagittarius, and hello, any Sagittarians out there that are joining us this month. This is going to be your October monthly overview reading. This is a general message, and it is timeless, so wherever you find this message and watch it, there's probably something in it for you. I truly believe that when we're drawn to something, when something gets our attention and we're drawn to it, at the time we're drawn to it, there's probably something in the message that you needed to hear at that moment. Spirit is guiding you. The universe is guiding you to that video book, whatever it is. It's getting your attention for a reason, because there's something that you might need to know. So feel free to watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or cross watch as you see fit. Leave that completely up to you. I'm fine with you watching anything on my channel that you're drawn to watch. I actually encourage that. So let's go ahead and dive into your reading for Sagittarius for this month. The way I do these readings, if you're new and you haven't been to my channel, is for these monthly overviews, we do 3 rows. The first row is going to be how we're feeling and thinking at a conscious level, more surface level, a baseline kind of surface energy, and then we go down. The second row is at a deeper level, the subconscious, and then the third row is kind of how those two tie together to show what we're experiencing in our reality around us. And then I'll pull 3 final cards from the universe. So let's go ahead and get started here for you, Sagittarius. So out of the gate, it looks like this card for me, this War of Battles, is similar to a 5 of Wands energy. That's what I'm feeling off of that card, is a 5 of Wands. So you might be having a little bit of strife and conflict this month, in the month of October, Sagittarius. There might be some people you're butting heads with, that you're having some disagreements with. There might be something that isn't getting resolved that you're trying to resolve, and it's being a little bit challenging and difficult. And then you have the 8 of Wands. So this tells me that it might be around communication, and that you guys can't seem to get on the same page. There was another sign that had that, where you couldn't get on the same page. And I think it was Virgo. I want to say it was Virgo that had that same kind of message of not being able to get on the same page with somebody. So this has been something that has been really tiresome. It's been really challenging. This is someone that you just keep going round and round with, a situation. And I don't know necessarily what the situation is for you, Sagittarius. You're going to have to determine, whatever has been plaguing you that seems like it just won't get resolved, that you keep, you keep trying to fix the problem, and the problem just does not seem to want to get solved. It's like you just can't find a resolution to the problem, like a happy medium. I see this, in this context, this 4 of Wands as like, a happy medium coming together and getting on the same page in a happy medium. And then we have the Labyrinth card. So there's that going round and round. I said I was feeling that going round and round, that you're almost like spinning your wheels, and you're not getting anywhere in this matter, whatever this matter is for you in your life, Sagittarius. So it can be any aspect of life. You're going to have to apply it how you see fit, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a challenge with a person. It could be it could be something that you've been dealing with, a problem like with your house that doesn't seem to get fixed, and you can't, for example, you have an insurance claim because something's broken, and you just can't get the insurance company to fix the problem, or come out, send somebody out, and you just can't. It's like what needs to be done isn't getting done. It's like you can't get on the same page. There's just something that's causing this conflict that's just not getting resolved, and you're trying to resolve it, and it's been a challenge around this, and you just feel like you're going round and round with it, and it's not getting anywhere, is what I feel like. This is what you're going to experience, something to this effect in October. With the Lovers coming out, this definitely can be, it can be a relationship, it can be a person, especially with the Four of Wands on the Four of Wands. Look at that, 2 different decks in the same position. The odds of that are incredible. And there was another sign that had that same thing where they had the Five of Cups on the Five of Cups. It's so interesting when that happens, because it just compounds the message. And so again, it's like, do you see how much chaos there seems to be on that card? I mean, yeah, it's typically a card of celebration, but to me, I'm just seeing all like the chaos, like almost like your house is on fire, and the chaos, the confusion and chaos of trying to get things under control, and then the Lovers card doesn't always have to talk about it in a broader sense when it, if it's not talking about a relationship context with a person. It talks about a choice that we have to make, a choice of something that is very significant choice, that's something close to our heart, that means a lot to us. It's a very personal choice that we have to make. And so this tells me, you may have to come to terms with I think that you're in the month of October, whatever this is that you have been going round and round with Sagittarius, it's going to come down to, you may be having to look at something, either look at things from a different perspective, or, using your choice and option to end this conflict, this struggle in some way, and that could be from either walking away from it or changing your perspective. It's definitely telling me, that you're wanting to get control over this situation. That's what I'm really feeling, is like you're trying to get control over the situation. With what I'm seeing here, because it's like, whatever this is, it's like it almost feels like it's out of your control, and it's stressing you out, because it's like you have no control over it. And so these 2 cards with the Hangman and the Sacred Pool, that really is telling me, taking that time out, taking the time to, maybe back off from this conflict, this situation, take a time out from it. I almost feel like this Sacred Pool, I get a Four of Swords energy off of it, where you kind of taking a time out. And that Hangman is also, it's taking that time out to really, really assess the situation, Sagittarius, to see it for what it is, because this Two of Swords is telling me, you may not, you have to make a choice, but you may not be seeing all the options. You may be stubbornly, in a sense, determined on one solution, and instead of seeing other solutions to the problem, which is why, it's saying here that it might be wise, and I think your intuition is telling you, Sagittarius, that you need to step back from this and maybe look at it from a different perspective, or find another way to compromise in this situation if it's important enough to you to resolve it. If you want an outcome here that's different than the conflict that you've been met with, that it's going to require you to either accept a different outcome than the one you're trying to achieve, or look at things from a different perspective, maybe step in the other person's shoes, or something to that effect, or just accept that this is something that's not going to happen, to accept that, because the Two of Swords, she's blindfolded, so it could be, that you're in denial about something, you're in denial about the choice that you need to make, or the decision that you need to make regarding this, because it's almost feeling like somebody that's being a little bit headstrong, determined to get their way, a little bit of ego, determined that to get the outcome that they want almost, because you're wanting that control over the situation. You're wanting success. You're wanting to be victorious in this. You're wanting, you're wanting the outcome to go in your favor. And I really feel like, the bigger thing here. Oh, I got the wrong deck here. The bigger message that the universe is kind of trying to get through is that I think intuitively, Sagittarius, that you need to back off and reevaluate. Back off and you need to reevaluate the situation. Come at it from a different approach. Expect a different outcome. That this isn't going to happen. You're getting so much. You're hitting that brick wall over and over again because this is not meant to be in your life. This is not meant to go down this way. And the universe, so this is kind of a battle of the universe versus free will. So the universe is telling you, by this not working out, saying this isn't supposed to go down this way. You need to do something different. And you have been defiantly wanting to get your way, use your free will and get your way and push against the universe and what it wants and desires. So in order for you to have an outcome, or you need to change the energy, you need to either change the way you're looking at something or the expected outcome, what your expected outcome is. But your viewpoint, you need to back a little bit down off of being so determined to control the situation, Sagittarius, and I'm not surprised that Devil card is coming out, because I told you I felt like you were trying to control the situation and trying desperately to get the outcome that you desire in this situation. And it's like you can't compromise when this person says it's this way and you want it to be that way, and you can't meet in the middle because you both want different things, but neither one is giving. And one of you has to back down, or one of you has to propose a different solution. And if that person isn't proposing that solution, or that situation isn't proposing the solution that you want, then you need to come up with a different solution, or propose a different solution, or a different way of approaching the situation to make this work out. Otherwise, it's probably, I just see this as universe blocking this avenue, saying this is not going to go down the way that you want, Sagittarius. So it's really you butting up against, something the universe is saying isn't meant to be, that this isn't the path. You're going against the current, and the universe is trying to tell you go around, but you're like stubbornly, Sagittarius, trying to break through that brick wall, trying to go through when the universe is telling you to go around. So that's what I really am feeling. The message for you for October is to not stubbornly force your way forward in a situation. See the way around the situation, instead of, being stubborn and having your way, and wanting the outcome that you want, because I think that outcome, the universe is trying to tell you that it's not for your highest good. And especially with the High Priestess, I think that, deep down, with that Hangman coming out, I and the High Priest, I really feel like you have a sense of knowing that you need to step back and do things differently. I think your inner self is telling you that, and you're maybe not even listening to that. You got so stuck in the need to win that you're not listening to your intuition, to your inner guidance that's trying to tell you, hey, take a step back. Let's do this differently. because you're so determined to have this certain outcome, this certain, it's like a dog with a bone that doesn't want to let go of it, is kind of the energy I feel here, which doesn't surprise me because I'm a fire sign. I'm not a Sagittarius, but I'm a fire sign, and we can be very passionate and determined about something, and we can, try and get our way sometimes, and it doesn't always work in our best interest. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, for the month of October. If this message resonates with you, I know you may not want to own up to it if it resonates with you, but I do real tarot, real readings. I don't sugarcoat things. I tell the messages that need to be heard. I know that I have a tendency to trigger people, and that's, hey, it is what it is. You don't grow, you don't learn, you don't change unless you get triggered. You have to, sometimes you have to have people that tell you how it is so that you can wake up and see what you're doing and see the trees for the forest, where you can see the path ahead, because sometimes we get stuck and lost, and so we need somebody to wake us up. And that's what I try to do, is give the real readings, the real messages, the hard messages that sometimes we need to see and hear, that shake us up, that maybe, whether you like me or not, honestly, I don't care either way. It's all about helping people. And if it helps one person, that's all that matters. So I hope that this message, if it did resonate with you, you will consider hitting that like button down below and leaving any comments to let me or your fellow Sagittarius is, if you want to share anything with me or them, feel free to do so. That's why I leave the comments on. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch these readings, especially if you're watching it all the way to the end. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for any support that you've given to my channel. I wish you the very, very best. If you want to join my channel, the subscribe button's down there. You can join me as I do this reading, plus a few, every month, plus other ones I do every week. And I would love to have you as part of my tribe. So thanks once again. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light.